Parsha Shmos, Rishon. The Parsha opens up by telling us that when Klal Yisrael came down to Mitzrayim, there were 70 people. Yet now, Yosef passes away, and after that, Klal Yisrael starts to grow exponentially. Rashi points out that every single Jewish woman that gave birth to 6 babies at a time. And the Psukim go on and say, Vayakam melech chadash, that now Mitzrayim had a new king. Now, the Gemara tells us this was a machlokes between Rav and Shmuel, whether it was actually a new king, or whether it was the same old king with new decrees. But either way, this king was no fan of the Jews at all. And he sees that they're growing to be so big, he starts getting worried that they're going to overthrow us, they're going to wage war against us, they're going to be such a big nation. So he says the famous words, Hava nischak malo, let us act wisely with them. And Rashi says, what does that mean? That means that they knew that Hashem had said at one point in time that there would not be a flood again. So they said, let us try to kill the Jews through water, and since Hashem can't make a flood, Hashem's not going to get us back. Obviously, what they didn't realize was that Hashem said that he will no longer bring a flood upon the entire world, but against one nation, of course, he still would. And they start their affliction by placing taxes on the Jews, making them build cities like Pisom and Ramses as storage cities for Paro. But then Klal Yisrael still keeps on growing, and they're getting angrier and angrier. So Paro says that he has to harshen up the decrees. So at this point in time, he makes the labor even worse. He's giving them hard work to do in the field with mortar and with bricks, back-breaking labor. But Paro sees that they continue to grow, so he says, I gotta make this even worse for them. So he starts giving them tons of back-breaking labor, making this a much worse situation. At this point in time, Paro says to the midwives, Shifra and Pua, who we know are Yocheved and Miriam, that now any time there's a Jewish baby boy that is born, you gotta kill him right away. As soon at childbirth, right then, you have to kill him. If it's a Jewish girl, let her live. But a boy, kill him. And Rashi points out the reason is because the astrologers knew that a baby boy was going to be born that's going to save the Jews, and we have to get rid of him. Yet we know, of course, that Yocheved and Miriam didn't listen, and they spared the lives of all of these baby boys.